If you didn't notice it before, wearing a mask all day may give you a nasty surprise about your breath. The bad breath doctor, Katz, joins us this morning with some ways to make wearing that mask a little bit more bearable. And good morning, and thank you for getting up extra early, because you're in California right now, so it's not even 6 o'clock yet. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
That's correct. But yeah, bad breath never sleeps, neither do I.
There you go. So the problem is kind of twofold. One is that we're wearing these very important masks close to us, so we're catching whatever is coming out of our mouth. It's going into our nose, but the masks themselves are drying out our breath, which is compounding the problem.
That's exactly right. What happens with bad breath, it's caused by bacteria that produce sulfur compounds. They live in the back of your tongue, throat, and tonsils. Nature's way of making sure your breath is fresh is saliva. Saliva has enzymes in it. It also has oxygen, which is the natural enemy of the bacteria. Once your mouth gets dry, or once you alter that natural flow by wearing a mask, you no longer have that ability to fight the bad breath. Those sulfur compounds, actually, you're inhaling them because they're right up against your nose, and they also stick to the inside of your mask. So it's double trouble.
Now, we've had you on the show before. You invented a line of products for your daughter, actually, because she was having problems with halitosis.
That's correct. Yeah, it's called TheraBreath, and they're available at Shoppers and Walmart and Loblaws and the Real Canadian Superstore. What they do differently than traditional mouthwashes use alcohol. Alcohol makes the mouth dry. It's, for instance, trying to get rid of bad breath by drinking a six-pack of beer. The alcohol makes your mouth dry. It's not going to work. It just covers up. The flavors just cover up. What these formulas have are oxygen compounds. Oxygen is the natural enemy of the bacteria. It stops the process of creating the sulfur, and it also gobbles up any food odors that are there. So it works for 12 hours each time. Twice a day, you get 24 hours protection.
Okay, and you've got the halometer in front of you because you've done this live in our studio before. Are you going to need an onion at 6:40 in the morning LA time?
Yeah, yes, I will. So here's an example. The halometer measures the amount of sulfur in your breath. Anything above 100 means you have bad breath. So let's say for lunch today, you go out and have a salad, and there's some onion in it.
Oh.
A little early.
Yeah, it is a little early. Okay, so, you're way over. 4:20.
Yeah, I'm way up. Where am I at?
Okay, you're 6:44.
6:44. That's also the time here, I think. Anyway, here's some of the mouthwash. As you see, it's clear. I'm going to rinse my mouth with it. Excuse me. And what happens, usually you rinse for a little bit longer, but because of TV. Now, what's happening inside my mouth, and one sign if you do have bad breath is the way your tongue looks. The sulfur compounds build up on your tongue, and you get an accretion of the sulfur compounds on your tongue. And so it'll turn your tongue pink, which is very important. If your tongue is pink, that's a sign that your breath is fresh. So let's see what we have here.
And there you go. Yeah, you're at 90. So less than 100, like you say. And that's right after eating an onion. Yeah. And any other tips? So I can imagine that brushing your tongue is also very, very important, right? To get that plaque off.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to keep your tongue as clean as possible. Most tongues are like those shag carpets from the 70s, those long, except mine's not avocado green.
Or orange.
Yeah, what's very important as far as food, you want to eat foods, look for foods which have a lot of liquids in them, berries, grapes, things like that. Very important to keep hydrated. Drink plenty of water, very important. You want to stay away from things which make your mouth dry, alcohol, smoking cigarettes. Even breast mints which have sugar in it are a problem. Sugar feeds the bacteria. Dairy foods have a lot of proteins in them. The bacteria, what they're actually creating the odors is by breaking down proteins, extracting the sulfur from the amino acids in those proteins. So try to cut down on dairy foods as well. And then look to the TheraBreath products. Actually, what we're doing, we have some freebies for your viewers. They can call my office. It's 800-557-9541, 800-557-9541, and we'll send out some free samples of the TheraBreath product.
Okay, because we want people have to keep wearing their masks. So very, very important, but just dealing with that. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Harold Katz, the bad breath doctor. Lovely to see you. You can go back to bed now.